Hello you lovely people, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. My name is Kirstin and this is where I art and craft, and today we're on another bit of my design team project for Kreativ Paper Artisan using the European Christmas Market Mega Kit. And so far we've made these cards, we've decorated that side. We're now going to decorate the back side of them, and that's being done in a very different way. We've used all these background papers, and what I'm now going to do is, this is wet strength tissue paper, and I'm going to put that down with letters. And these letters have been done with a stencil using pistachio and rhubarb stalk. Then I've taken a gold pen and drawn round, giving a wee bit of depth to them. And then I've stamped on the back using, I've left that stamp out to show you. It would appear I haven't left that stamp out. Oh yes, I have. I left it up there so it was in the way. Using this stamp, which is Snowflake Border by Indigo Blue, and I've stamped that. So I've done the stenciling this side, and then I've turned it over and stamped it on this side. Now, if you're aware of wet strength tissue paper, then you'll know it has a shiny side and a dull side, and I've stenciled on the shiny side, I've stamped on the dull side, and I'm now going to stick it. Let's just make sure I get this the right way round before I do something silly. So that's that one, that's that one. Need to make sure I keep them in order. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, I've got another bit of wet strength tissue paper that I'm going to stick down first, and then I'm going to stick the letter on top of it. Just because it's got another layer, it will just help it stand out a bit. I might need a slightly bigger bit for that though, because that C is a bigger letter. This kit is available to the end of the year at 35% off with the coupon that's down below. Free coupon code for you to put in your box in Etsy when they ask for it. You'll also find a link to the kit down below, and you will also find links to the other members of the design team, and you can go see what they've created with the kit, because they'll have created something different from me. Well, I know they've created something different from me, well, unless they're now creating something else I don't know about. What I've seen is different from me. Right, so all I'm doing is, this wet strength tissue paper likes to tear one way and doesn't like to tear the other way. So I kind of try and pull it apart the other way. If you try and tear it, it ends up tearing the way it wants to tear. It's a bit like material in that respect. And what I'm doing is, I'm using just using this Tombow, which is you know how I love my Scotch Create. Well, this actually is up another level even from it. And I'm just using it to stick down this, because although it's wet strength, I don't want to overplay it. And let's just tear this, because I just like the torn edges, and they just give you a softer finish, I think, than a cut edge when it comes to using tissue paper. Let me just tear around this. Oops, that was close, but I've saved it. And then I'll stick that one down as well. So So you can guess what this word might be then. If it starts with a S, a curly cut they call it nowadays, don't they? A C. I'm just going to tear that off there so it doesn't block that, and the same here so it doesn't block that. Oh. How do you cope without having long nails? I've broken several of my nails, and so I just cut them short, and I've really struggled to craft without a nail. My nails are one of my tools. Surprising all the things I didn't realise. Well, I do realise every time I cut them, I then realise that how much I use them for things in crafting. Just need to take this end off here as well, because it's just hanging over the edge. Oh, come on. As I was saying, it's ready. Doesn't like being torn, that one. Right. So I'm going to just do some more of these. Where's the H? There's the H there. That's big enough. So what I'm doing is, I can't remember if I actually said that, is I'm putting the glue down, then shiny side down, because I like the matted side, and then just tear this out here. Right. Can't remember if I did that again or not. And then again, this time round the shiny side is up, because I've got put this image on the shiny side, and I don't know why I did that, because I don't know. So I'm going to do the rest of these. Oh, let's look at that one, because I don't think you really need to see me continuing just to stick all these down, do you? Did I say everything about the kit? Yes, I think I did. I told you there was 35% off until the end of the year. I told you to go see the other ones. So I'm going to continue to do this, and once I've finished all these, I will be back. So that's them all done, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just paint a layer of matte medium over them, just to protect the tissue paper, give it a bit more strength, give it a wee bit of a coating, a wee bit of protection, and also it'll just, give it a better, make sure it sticks. Not a better stick, it's just a different type of stick. Make sure it sticks down. It's far easier using the glue stick to originally stick it down, because didn't want it becoming too wrinkly. I mean, I quite like the wrinkles, but I didn't want it becoming too wrinkly because of the tissue paper, because it's got letters on it, and I don't want the letters becoming unseen. Now what you will notice is the gold disappears a wee bit as I put on the matte medium. It comes back slightly, as it dries, but I will go round it with just one line. I won't do the shadow line, I'll just do the line around the whole thing to highlight it against once it's dried, because it just helps it being seen, because I've put it on a background that's quite busy, but that just happened to be what the papers were. I could have done it at a, you know, printed it at a less resolution, but to tell you the truth, at the time I wasn't thinking about this stage of the process, and didn't think, oh, some of those backgrounds are going to be tricky, which is why I put a layer of tissue paper underneath as well. There we go. So I need to let that dry. I'm going to go and wash my brush and we'll be back. Now while that's all drying, I just want to, this is the next card along, and I just want to put this big star and some of these little stars on it with some glacial paste. There we go. And I don't know where this stencil came from, I've had it for a long time. Lovely. So I'm just going to put that to dry as well, and I'm going to go and clean up this. Okay, forgot to press play then, but thankfully all I've done so far is the first print of this. We're getting on with the cover, and I'm just putting some snow on the background here, and I've made a wee mask so I don't get it over the house. And as I was stamping it then, I was thinking, yes, but if you're looking at a house, the snow is falling in front of the house anyway, Kirstin, so you could have had it in front of the house, but I didn't want it all the way down in front of the house. I wanted you still to see that lovely house. Right, so that's that done. Let's just give that a wipe off. I think we've finally done everything we're going to do with that, but we'll just wipe it off for now. And I've used, to do these snowflakes, I've used the grey flannel again, which I would never have thought of using for snow until doing this kit, which is really interesting. But actually I think it kind of works when it's a background snow. I've got this banner which I've sprayed with tart cranberry and fresh balsam distressed mica stain. I've got this medallion from the kit which I'd mounted on the gold card, so it's got a little gold border to it. I want a bit of fabric. I'm going to put that on there like that, and I'm going to put that on there. Don't want to touch that yet, just in case it hasn't quite dried yet, but I want to put a bit of fabric through the holes, a bit of lace or something maybe, and I've not got that out. Oh, I know what I could use. It's not a bit of lace, but I'm pretty sure I've got a bit of it in this box. Yes, here's a bit. Let's see. Let's see. This is, it's kind of netting that then has gold laid on it. I do kind of really like this. This is probably too much. Let's just trim a bit off that. This might not work because it might not be enough of it, if you know what I mean. Actually, that might be quite nice just as a background on there. Right, let's thread this through first. Shall we go that way, or shall we go, do we want it over the top? I think we do want it over the top of that, don't we? Let's try. That's a slightly narrower one, so that might go through easier. There we go. I've pulled it a wee bit, but that's okay because I can just put it back together. That bit there I've pulled out a wee bit. Don't know if you can see that, but I can just kind of push it back together. That almost looks like a Christmas cracker now, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. That isn't quite what I intended, but actually I really like that. I just need to shorten it a wee bit. Let's just put a wee daub of glue. Need to pull off that bit at the end. A wee daub of glue underneath there, just to hold that in place. Hold that in place there. This is very simple cover, but actually just a wee bit shorter. It does look awfully like a Christmas cracker, which I love the idea of. I'm aware that some people, I wasn't aware that until I started getting involved in the junk journal world, that Christmas crackers were a very British thing. I'll link down below. I've got a video of me making Christmas crackers. I'll link that down below. If you don't know what a Christmas cracker is, you can go and have a look. But basically, it's a tube that you pull apart and it goes bang, and you put presents and things inside it. I kind of like that, but I think I also would quite like a bit of that behind. Do I just want a little bit like that? I don't know if you can hear that strange noise. There's building going on across the way, and I think they're obviously using a pile driver or something. I think maybe I do want a bit of that behind. I don't want it down onto the house like that. Let's take a bit like that. Oops. Okay, so that's not stuck down onto the... Yes, it will stick down onto that, but it's not yet stuck. Oh yes, I like that. This would actually, as I was saying earlier on about these made at half size, would actually make quite nice Christmas toppers, Christmas card toppers, if you make your own Christmas cards. It's almost like this is turning into a Christmas card. Right, let's put this down here. Now we'll put that down like that. Oh, I like that. I am wondering about this bit here now. Feels quite, because all the golds come this way. I'm just wondering, do I want to put another wee bit of gold there? No, I don't think I do. I think that's going to start looking a bit overkill unless I also put one a bit down there. You see, this is what happens when I start playing with gold. I put a bit like that. A bit like that. That bit's too big. Let's cut that in half. Actually, let's put that one up there, like that, and this one down here, like this. Oh, I really like that. I really like that. We're doing it. I haven't put my top back on my glue again. I'm getting very bad at that. I used to be very good at it. I'm getting very bad at it now. It's because I know I'm going on to do something else and I just forget then to put the top back on. Let's just put that bit up there. And I needed to get out a new bit of muslin, and I haven't done yet. Put that bit on there. I've just realised something. I'm going to just turn that round through 90 degrees. Become obvious later on why I've done that. Okay. Well, I think that's done. That's quite. I've already done some. What's it called? Green Envy. Glacial paste on those bits there. So that's the cover done. I think that bit can go in the bin. Well, keep that bit. That's maybe small. What do we need to do now? We're getting near the end. If you remember, you might have wondered what was happening with all these bits and pieces that I cut out and mounted on card. I'm going to make a couple of hangings. Right, so I've got this gold thread, and to tell you the truth, this gold thread can be a bit of a mare, but nevertheless we're going to use it. And what I want to do is I want to stick all these on this gold thread, and I've got these sticky dots that I get again stamped with the snowflake stamp. Now that will help stick things like those ones up. Clearly too big for that one, so what I'm going to do is I will stamp out a smaller sticker to go on the back of that one. Quite like the fact they've all got slightly different colour gold on this one. I need to make sure I keep straight. The other ones are less. So let's start by putting some glue on this one. I'm still also going to tie a knot in the bottom here, because it just then gives a slightly larger surface for the glue to hold onto. So this, I'm just doing, sorry, I'm doing that off of the camera, aren't I? I'm just doing several knots, you see that, just to kind of get a bit that's a slightly bigger surface for the glue to grip. Do that. I'm going to take this off its backing paper and stick it on. Take it off the back paper because the backing paper is shiny, and I want to kind of be able to really make sure this is kind of stuck right on there. There we go. Just wipe off that glue. Right. Might be easier. There we are. Put something at the end to hold that down. Whoops. Keep it on a straight line. It'll just help the whole thing stay straight-ish. There we go. Let's put some glue on this one. See, that's not straight at all, is it? Let's move them all over rather than trying to move the weight over. Right, let's put another glop of glue on. Oops! Yes, I know I'm not doing the mega knot because it's very hard now to do the mega knot, but it will hopefully stop that bottom one slipping. That's the real. So let's hold that with a wee bit of tension as I put that in there, and that's going to be just a bit too big. So let's stick that back on there, and I think that's probably the size of that one, isn't it? It is. I'm always struck by how small some of these are when you think, oh, that's only the next size down, and then you discover it's way smaller than they think it's going to be. Let's just get this off here. Right, we just need to make sure the stripes are going up and down as well. There we go. Now, somehow I want to, I'm trying to think how to do this, because my initial thought isn't going to work, so I'm trying to think how to do it slightly differently. So what I'm wanting to do, and I don't quite know how I'm going to do it, because how I initially thought I was going to do it definitely won't work, is I want to attach this. Let's cut this off here. Let's leave a decent amount. What I want to do is I want to attach this on here so that this can go in a pocket but still then be taken out the pocket and hang down. So I think that means I need to put the pocket quite high so that there's enough to take that round and slip it in, so then it can be taken down to hang down. Do you see what I mean? Because if to have enough to tuck in the pocket, I think I'm going to have to put the pocket high, otherwise there's going to be a big gap before the things start dangling. So I think I need to have it attached about here on the page. So I'm going to attach that there. Going for it. We're going to attach that there. Right, so that's just attaching it to the page for now. And then I need to, I wonder if it'd be better with an envelope, because I could do an envelope I should make that match, shouldn't I? Have I got that bit? Have I got a bit that's actually going to match? I need to go away and have a think about this. Just conscious of the fact that it's going to stick out an awful lot. It's going to become very bulky. This isn't going to work in the way I had envisaged it, because I've started to do way more. So what I need to do is I need to see what the chances are of getting this off. Because I need to think of another way of doing that, and I do have another idea in my brain, so that's okay. I need to now cover this with something. I would love to just put the page on again, and I could do it with this small one. Is that big enough? That is big enough, isn't it? I'm just going to put that whole page on again. It's a different size tree, but I'm happy with that. Right, I need 5. I've got 5 white clothes pegs, and I'm going to spray them, I think, rather than leaving them white. Or shall I just leave them white? No, I'm going to spray them. Oh, no, I'm not. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to spray them, but what I am going to do is I'm going to... I've got these Christmas lights, and I'm going to stick them on. Shall I spray them anyway and still stick the lights on? I need to put a little bit of the gold thread just through that for decoration. Oh, I can't decide whether to spray these or leave them white. I quite like them white because... No, I'm going to spray them because they're going to be beside something that's cream. So I'm going to spray these. Have I got another one? Because what I should do is I should do a test spray first, shouldn't I? Yes, I have got another one. I'm running out of these. So I'm going to test spray one, and if that works, I'm going to spray another 4. I've got another 4 of these to make. I've got to sort this back page out with this. So that's... Let's get the 5 of these out. That's a pink, oh, it's a kind of reddy pink one. So that's 5 of them. Right, so I'll be back once I've done all this, corrected that, sprayed these, stuck them on, sorted that out, and then we will be at the stage where we will assemble. So I will back to do an assemble and flip through. Hopefully. Oh, right. Thank you so much for watching. You take care. Remember, all the links are down below for the kit. There's a code for 35% off till the end of the year, and you'll also find the other members of the design team. Go and see what they're up to. Until next time, you take care. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Keep crafting.